Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jenny on the Chopping Block. I say on, but it's from the Chopping Block. And today I would love to introduce my remarkable human and guest, Anil Gupta. And I actually had the privilege to meet Anil in Lorelei Mariano's mastermind this past year. And I'm very excited to now share him with all of you. So today we're going to dive into how Anil is going to inspire billions of people with basically sharing his happiness formula. But one by one, he's going to transform people's lives by changing their mindset. So Anil, can you share a little bit more about that with us?
Sure. In 2008, I was on the verge of suicide, and I worked my way through that, and then I developed a happiness formula, which I talk about on my TED Talk. So the happiness formula is this: H equals GQ. The first G is you have to give. Give your time, your energy, your love, your commitment, your joy, your gift, your money. Give it away without wanting anything in return. The second G is you have to be grateful for what you have and don't focus on what you don't have. And the third G is you have to grow emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Now, in these times, a lot of people are very upset. And when you're upset, one of those three G's falls way below the rest. All you have to do is focus on the lowest G and everything rises. Focus on the lowest G, everything rises.
What do you mean the lowest G? Like,
is it giving? Is it growing? Is it gratitude?
Okay.
One of those three G's is lower than the rest. All you have to do at any given time is work on the lowest one. Everything rises. Beautiful. So Jenny, let me ask you, what's your lowest G right now?
So give, grow, and what was the other one?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Oh my gosh. Give, grow, gratitude. Oh my gosh. I would say give. I would love to give more.
Okay. So when was the last time you gave?
I don't know.
Okay. Just now. See, you're giving now.
Okay.
And the thing is, people are giving, but they don't realize they're giving. Once you start realizing that you're actually giving, it affects you up here. It improves this. So the secret is awareness. Awareness gives you clarity. Clarity gives you focus. Focus gives you action. Action gives you results. Results gives you momentum. So now all you have to do is focus on awareness. Awareness will give you everything. You cannot be in love. You cannot be, sorry about that, in her itchy nose. You cannot be successful. You cannot be in a beautiful state without awareness. So awareness is the master discipline we all need to work on.
It's so beautiful. I just want to ask you a quick question, kind of off topic, but I love your hearts. Can you talk to me more about them?
Well, you know, I have a very poor dress sense. So every time I would leave the house, my wife would say, "Are you going out like that?" in a sarcastic way. And I guess I'm not going out like this. So I'd go back, she would dress me, and then I'd go out. So look,
that's so cute.
I'm almost a grown man. So I thought, what do I do? So you know what? I'll just wear black. That's easy for me. So I thought, well, that's pretty boring. What could I do to spice it up? So, you know, what is it I do? You know, I'm one of the top relationship experts in the planet. What's the sign of love? You know, it's the heart. So I thought, well, great, I'll wear the heart on my shoulder.
So cute.
On my sleeve. Then I thought, well, no one's going to see that. What's the point in that? You know, what would happen if I put it here? So, well, you know, it's going to look stupid. I thought, you know what? I don't care. I'll try it.
I love it.
So I ordered some shirts, and it was so beautiful. Whenever I'm taking a photo, this left side is here, and I'm taking the photo with someone on this side, and it pops. So now I wear the same shirt. I've got more than one shirt. You know, don't worry. This is not a smell podcast. You can't smell me. And I'm due to have a shower. It's the beginning of the month coming up, so I'm due to have a shower.
God bless. I love it.
And so I just started wearing these. It's been like almost 6 years now, and it's so freeing not to have to wear anything I don't want to wear. I just wear this stuff every day, even weddings, meeting presidents, meeting kings, queens, famous people. I wear the same shirt. I'm not bothered what they think.
I love it. It's so funny you say that. I'm actually, a lot of my shirts, my sister like hung up a bunch of shirts for me to, they're all my sisters. I'm like, I don't have to think. I'm like, what color do I like today? So this is
Yeah,
Lizzie
it's so
Dalton's
easy.
shirt.
People spend more time thinking about what they're going to wear than they do on their lives.
Yeah. I don't
Really?
care usually,
No,
but I do love this shirt.
no, we're not that important. Really not that important.
Oh, thank you, Joanna, for watching. Oh, Jonah for watching.
And if people have got questions, please ask questions.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
it to be. Hey, Jonah. Oh, my goodness, she's amazing. Hey, Jonah, how are you? We had the pleasure of seeing her in Austin. We had so much fun there.
Cool. What were you guys doing in Austin?
It was South by Southwest. A lot of fun, a lot of parties, and all that stuff.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So I want to dive back into more what you've been up to and a couple of projects that you're working on. Can you tell us about what's going on with you with that?
Yeah. So my mission is to reach 1 billion people, and by sharing this formula, the TED Talks, the Harvard Talks, any talks that I can do, I've been doing free Zoom calls to all groups of people. To groups, charities, organizations, because everyone is in a difficult position now, and it's all mindset. The most expensive real estate in the world is up here, and we're letting other people.
Oh, between your ears. I said eyeballs, but it's between your ears.
A lot of people are suffering unnecessarily, and if you use this formula, you don't need to suffer. And when I was suicidal in 2008, I did one thing that changed my life. And that was I started to give. In the moment you give, all the pain and suffering disappears. And that's how I really developed my formula. I asked myself, what did you do? I said, well, Anil, you gave, you were grateful, and you grew. Oh, interesting. How could I put that into a formula? Then I thought of, being really smart and doing, 1 over this and what else. And I just keep it simple. And this is what people do. They try and overcomplicate things. And life is very simple. Just get out of your own way. You probably are sabotaging your relationships. You're sabotaging your success. Once you get out of your own way, magical things will happen.
Absolutely. And it's interesting that you say that, because I've learned that with the tools with Tony Robbins and a lot of mentors that I've had this past year. Like, it's more clear now. And it kind of happened organically. For me, it changed my life, but like for you to put it into words and like a formula is really powerful, because I guess to talk more about it, because sometimes we don't realize what we're doing. Like for me, for example, but it's life-changing.
It is.
The minute you give to someone else, you're right. Everything else, it becomes better.
And we were never given a manual. Here's a manual. This is a manual on how to live your life. We were never given one. If you were given a manual, how do we get upset? Why do we get upset? How do you break down an upset? What filters do we have for different people? What stories do we tell ourselves? Why do we as human beings love to be right? Why do we get upset when we have an expectation? We were never taught any of this stuff, and it's never really taught to us. We have to learn it. And by that time, you've wasted 30, 40 years.
Oh my God.
So if we could give this gift to the young people, their lives would change. They would impact millions more people.
We have to talk about the kids. Can you talk to me more about how we could help them right now?
Yeah.
We have to highlight them.
Do you know what the biggest mistake parents make is?
I don't.
Having kids.
Oh my God, you're a character.
So the lesson I'm trying to teach you guys is this. Have some fun. Don't be so serious about everything. But the biggest mistake that parents make is this. They make their children their number one priority. If you do that, you're missing out on a beautiful relationship with your partner. Always make your partner your number one priority. If you do that, they will never leave you. But what happens is people fall in love, they get married, then they start taking each other for granted, have a kid, and normally the mother will make the child the number one priority. The man doesn't feel respected, but he'll put up with it. But eventually he says, you know what? I'm not getting any respect and attention from my wife. The kid's getting it, or I'll do something else. So he'll work harder, play harder, or do something else. Then when the child leaves to go to university, the mother will turn around and say, hey, John, I'm back. He's well gone.
Oh, no.
But if you make each other your number one priority, your capacity to love and be loved increases, and the child will see that, they will do the same, so they will enjoy the process. But if you're always making the child the number one priority, you're missing out yourself.
Absolutely.
And then you're teaching the child the wrong thing.
Yeah. It's funny, like, I don't have kids yet. I've had some experience helping raise children, but it's like I'm also in the service industry. So sometimes I watch like dynamics, like I love people watching, and it's interesting to me. Like sometimes you could tell like who's in charge. Sometimes it's the kids. And nowadays,
kids are so entitled. You have 2, 3, 4-year-olds with their parents around their little fingers. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
It's cute sometimes, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's dangerous.
It's going to be painful. The child is not going to appreciate it. The child's going to be entitled. The child will not be able to handle situations. And, you know, the child will obviously get money, but they won't know what to do with it. And they don't appreciate it. They haven't worked hard for it. It's a ticking time bomb. It really is.
Yeah. Do you have
know the greatest gift you can give your kids?
What?
Give them the ability to handle life by throwing adversity at them. You have to throw adversity at your kids that they can reasonably handle. Don't make life easy for them. You didn't have life easy. Look how successful you are. Don't make it easy for your kids.
Yeah. Those lessons are so valuable.
Yes.
There's no amount of money in the world that you could give your children other than experience of falling on their ass sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing. So every day, throw a little bit of adversity at your children. When my kids were 9 and 7, we took them into central London and told them to get home. That was 20 years ago.
How'd that go?
I don't know. If you see them, can you tell them we live in Florida?
You are so funny. Can you imagine? That is so
Love you,
funny.
kids.
You are so funny. So you're from London, yes?
Yes.
London, England, or a different part, or?
No. Yeah, London, England. Yeah, we were there 35 years.
And now you live in Orlando, Florida.
That's correct. We live in a town built by Disney,
Cool.
and it's called Celebration. Where else would we live? How appropriate is that?
The happiest place on earth.
Absolutely, yes.
And you have the happiness formula. I mean, come on.
Yeah, there you go. And they play pipe music.
Cool. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to all the fans here, but I know we do have a question.
Okay, I love questions.
Is G more important than the others, or is balance the key?
No, it's never balanced. So if you're looking for a balanced life, never accept a balanced life, because it'll never be balanced. Sometimes you have to pay attention to your wife. Sometimes you have to pay attention to your business. Sometimes you have to pay attention to your children, but give them attention. Make sure they're all served. The most important G is the one that's the lowest one. Sorry about my nose. I'm just playing tennis this morning. So always work on the lowest G. That's the most important one. There's no one above the other, because if you look at this formula, it's H equals G times G times G. If one of them goes to 0, it doesn't matter how high the other ones are. So the lowest one is the most important one. And a change in the lowest one makes a big change in the formula.
It's funny. Like I felt like I was always lacking balance, like in my life from like forever. And it's like, oh, I need to balance. Like I need balance. And it's like, I love that you're saying this right now. Yeah. It's freeing.
What people are missing is not balance, it's equilibrium.
Oh. That's
really powerful. It's equilibrium. Equilibrium is this. You know, sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too cold, but it's just it'll always come like where it needs to come. Yeah. And it's so fluid. That's what the word is, fluid.
So can we talk a little bit more about your travels? Like what brought you to, what are you laughing about?
My kids need a good something in the house.
That is
So I
funny.
could, yeah.
So what brought you to the States from London?
Plane.
I know, but like what inspired you to come to the happiest place on earth?
Oh, my wife attended an event with Tony Robbins, and she
Oh
came back. She said, "Honey, I
gosh.
know where we're moving. I know what school the kids are going to." And I said, "No." And I said, "Look, I'm not moving." And she was right, but I was scared. You know, I don't want to give up a great business, a great practice. We were living in a beautiful place. And I said no. And then eventually, you know, I realized that that's the right thing to do. When you do what's right and you do the right thing, everything gets easier and easier and easier. And then you don't have to worry about, am I making the right decision? Yes, you are. Just go do it. It's hard, but if you go do it, it's much easier. The weather helped. We wanted to go somewhere nonstop. And we flew to Disney many, many times. So it was the obvious choice. Flights in those days were cheap. That was a big thing for me. I wanted somewhere cheap because I was cheap.
That's awesome. I need to be cheap. I'm like, I need to work on that. But that's amazing. Cool. So you attended a Tony Robbins event and your wife was set
My wife
on.
did. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She did first. Okay.
Yeah.
And how
she came back.
You've also attended Tony events?
Oh yeah, I was in the first Black group. I've been with Tony 20 years. Amazing human being. I was suicidal in 2008, and he saved my life. He gave me an intervention. His wife gave me an intervention. His wife's brother gave me an intervention, and then my wife gave me the final intervention. So I have great respect for the man. He's probably by far the greatest inspirational character on this planet, even for the last 10, 20, 30 years. Amazing human being.
Wow. If you don't mind me asking, because I don't know how to ask you this question, but
just ask it.
Okay. So why were you suicidal?
I'd lost everything in the stock market, real estate, everything wasn't working for me. I wouldn't eat with a knife just in case I did something stupid with it. I certainly couldn't look over a building. I still can't overlook a building because I'm nervous of, that moment that something happens.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hi, Tucker. The puppy just
came. Tucker, how are you doing?
Hi, Angel. He's the sweetest thing in the whole world.
Yeah, sounds it.
Wow. That's interesting. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you
it's the best thing ever happened. So look, guys, I know that you're going through adversity. I know that. It's okay, but don't live in that world of fear and adversity. Adversity is your friend. It's not what happens in life. It's who you become. So today, the decisions you make today, if you decide today, I'm not standing for this, I'm going to give, I'm going to grow, and I'm going to be grateful, everything changes.
Absolutely. I feel like the suicide prevention for me is such a dear thing in my heart. I've lost a couple of people very, very close to me through suicide. And when I do attend the overnight walks to bring the subject out of the darkness, it's the out of the darkness walks. I wear, you pick the beads and it's like, have you lost somebody? Have you tried yourself? And I've also been in those shoes. So it really resonates with me, what you're saying, to be almost like fearful of those thoughts and that experience to like where you were, like trying to escape that pain.
Yeah. And you know why people commit suicide? Because they do not feel worthy. So if you increase their worthiness, they'll never do it. And, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you're doing now, the actions you make today, you never know the impact we have on other people. People will always remember how you made them feel. So if you perform an act of kindness, if you're nice to someone, you never know the impact we have on them.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And then Kyle asked, are you related to the Guptas that devastated South Africa? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Okay.
I'm not.
Sorry about that. I don't even know what that means. So Wow. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Okay. So if anyone is out there in difficulties, just start giving. In the moment you give, all the pain and suffering will disappear, and it becomes addictive. There are two types of people, ones that make you happy when you enter the room, and ones that make you happy when you leave the room. Which type are you? That's right. Just two types of people. Yeah. Life is very simple. Life is very simple. Don't overcomplicate this.
It's beautiful.
Let me give you one sentence that will change everybody's life. May I?
Absolutely.
Be so amazing that you cannot be ignored. Be so amazing that you cannot be ignored. And if you are ignored, it doesn't matter, because how you show up on this planet will be this magnificent soul. Do this one thing, everything changes.
Wow. So what was the biggest takeaway for you that inspired this? How did you come to this place? Because it's like, for me, I feel that I understand what you're saying and it resonates so much with me, but how do you get there?
Step by step. You know, I had to tell my wife, honey, look, I've got some really bad news for you. And she said, what is it, honey? And she looked at me, I looked at her, and I said, you know, I've lost everything on the stock market, real estate. We've lost the cars, the house, the children's fund, everything. And she looked up at me and smiled. And I thought, did you hear what I said? She said, yes, I heard what you said. I knew something was wrong. I thought you were dying. I don't care about the money. As long as I'm with you, that's all she wanted. We'll sleep in the street if we have to. Wow. That was not the reaction I was expecting. She gave me a big hug and said, it's okay.
Wow. So it's that those fears.
Huge.
There was fear, yeah, that wasn't even real. Like it was the things that we make up in our minds that could be a fear, and it's not even true.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, it's happening to all of us in our relationships. You have to ask your partner, what's important to you? You'll be surprised. You may think it's gold and diamonds and jewelry and stuff, but maybe they said, look, honey, I just want to spend more time with you. You know, and women, this is what women want. They want to spend more time with you. They want you to be present. They want to be heard. They want to be listened to. And they do not want to be fixed. Men don't do that stuff. Men want to be respected. A pat on the back. Thank you. I'm proud of you. Well done. You're amazing. Good job. Makes the difference. It's simple stuff, but we never do it. We think, oh, why would I do it? He hasn't done it to me, or she hasn't done it to me. But Jenny, let me ask you a question. Are relationships 50-50?
No.
Okay, what are they?
They're whatever the person needs. Sometimes you're 90 and the other person's 10. That's a little dramatic, but sometimes you're 60-40. It depends on, you know, what you're going through.
Okay. So imagine you had a relationship that was 100-100.
Ooh, goals. Is that possible?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And when that happens,
Putting
your
that on my
partner will
vision
never
board.
leave you. Yes. 100. When your partner makes you the number one priority and you make him the number one priority, that relationship will never fail, ever. That's how people start off dating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then they get comfortable. Then they get fearful. Then they take each other for granted. Then someone else gives them attention, and then it's downhill all the way. Doesn't need to be this way, ladies and gentlemen. Relationships are simple and they are effortless. But the biggest problem is this: you picked the wrong partner for the wrong reason, because of their looks or what they did, or you met them at a bar, and you know. Don't do that. Spend more time doing your due diligence on your partner, and you will find someone without having to go through the pain and suffering of having a relationship that doesn't serve you, doesn't serve them. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, we can cut the divorce rate to 0.
You're amazing.
We could cut it to 0. Do you know how?
How?
No marriages.
You're funny. I want to get married.
No, you don't.
I do.
Now, getting married's easy, but you want to find the right partner.
Oh, well, of course. I waited this long.
Yeah. Relationships are very simple. People overcomplicate it. I've been married, what's the date? 23. 31 years, 8 months, 19 days.
So that makes you 41?
141. I feel like 141.
Do you?
You know, I've had 3 bad meals in my relationship with my wife. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, I can name them all.
Can I hear it?
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my God.
She never thinks that's funny.
I'm sure she loves hearing you laugh, though. Speaking of food, I'd love to know what your favorite food is.
Chicken curry. My wife
Yes.
once was able to get the right ingredients in the right place at the right time, at the right temperature, in the right quantities.
Yellow curry?
Huh?
Yellow curry or red?
No, it's Indian curry. Indian chicken curry is my favorite.
But what color is it?
Brown.
So Indian curry. Have I had that? Indian chicken
obviously
curry?
not. You probably had the Thai curry.
I have the yellow curry and the red curry, and now there's green curry. But you're saying brown curry?
Yeah, brown is Indian.
Okay, there's an Indian supermarket in the town over from me.
Okay, so then you want to get something called garam masala.
Ooh.
GARAM
Oh my
masala.
God, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's my jam.
Yeah,
so good. You're making me hungry. Beautiful. And why is that your favorite?
Because it tastes good. Obvious. No, I just love it. Just absolutely love it.
Beautiful. And then I would love to know, you kind of are a superhero, but if you could pick one strength as a superhero, what would it be?
I would say it's this. I'm the last relationship expert you ever need to meet. That's what I do. I can fix relationships very quickly. Anything around relationships. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter, mother-son. Because that's the most painful. When you lose connection with your spouse, you sort of expect that. But when you lose connection with a child, and what I've been doing recently is families, helping family dynamics, because there are so many dynamics in a family, and that's been really very fulfilling.
That's amazing and so valuable. I love that. And what inspired you, and how is that your superpower?
Well, it's a gift. So I can do it and save many marriages, many relationships, and do it very quickly, because a lot of people just don't know, and they use therapy. But you know, my feeling is that instead of therapy, under circumstances, coaching is very powerful, because you know, we're all high performance athletes, and if we could just get some clarity around relationships, and that's what people need. Just a few tips, tricks, and breakdowns and breakthroughs. And forgiveness is a big problem. A lot of people have an issue with forgiveness. Forgiveness is the express pathway to freedom. It gives you so much lightness and joy once you let go. And that gives you a release of baggage. And that's the baggage that you bring to every relationship.
Wow. Yeah, that's I just went somewhere else. Sorry, I was thinking of like,
I saw that. I know where she went. I know where she went.
You know, when you cover the person in purple light and you send them love. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I just learned that this past year. That's amazing. So I have a question for you. So I'm not in a relationship. So do you have any like tips or tools or tricks or advice for me looking for my rock star partner?
Okay. So the secret is you have to do your due diligence. Okay. So you have to spend time getting to know the person without dating. Because when you go on a date, Jenny, what do you think your partner is thinking on that first date?
I don't know.
Are they pure thoughts or impure thoughts?
Both?
Yes. Yeah. That's not what you want.
Oh, no.
You know, they're interested in the second date and the third date. You're interested in the second date and the third date. But what would happen if you didn't go on a date? You went for a walk, you went for a coffee, you did some voluntary work, and you got to know the person.
Yes.
So, Jenny, who's your best friend?
Oh, I have so many.
Name one.
I love Lorelai. She's my heart. And
okay,
my
so
friend
Lorelai,
Sam.
how did you meet her?
I met her during one of the most painful experiences of my life, and she's literally an angel walking this earth, and just appeared literally 11:11 right now in New York, and she came to me at 11:11, and I'll never forget it.
There you go. You see, that's how you make friendships. Not in a bar, not the way she looked or he looked. This is so important. Don't base any relationship on looks. Don't base it, not just you, but anybody. You know, they're attractive, she's attractive, and oh, it's chemistry. Oh, I felt it. Don't do that. Do your due diligence. Are they a narcissist? Have they had previous bad relationships? Are they good people? Do they behave with respect? Do they show up with integrity? A lot of things. I have a whole program. It's called the PPP, the Perfect Partner Program, where you can almost be guaranteed to get your partner within 3 to 6 months without dating. Ideal for you, Jenny. Absolutely ideal for you.
So what? Okay, so you're kind of throwing me off with the without dating thing, because you're not dating, you're just getting to know. Is that?
Yes. You're doing your due diligence. To me, it makes sense. If you wanted to buy a car, you'd look at the tires, you look at the wheels, you look at the engine, you look at the previous history, you look at the paintwork, you look at everything, then you make a decision.
Can we talk about like guy versus girls? Because like girls, I know like the car salesman, they always ask the girl like, what color do you like? It's like, and then the guy wants to know about the engine. Is there differences in that with like dating with guys and girls? Like, what is a guy looking for? No? Okay.
It's exactly the same thing, because we all have an engine. We all have the paintwork, the history. It's exactly the same thing, because it's got to be a viable proposition. Yeah, you don't want to be in a relationship 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, and say, "Oh my God, I didn't know that he did that," but you did know, but you overlooked it. Why not find a relationship where you know you're fairly compatible? You're at 80-90% certainty. The other 10% you can work out, but you don't want to be working at 80-90%, and you don't want to be having that problem when you have kids.
Yeah. Wow.
And then you don't want to have that problem when you're 28, and then all of a sudden you're 38 and you think, oh my God, I'm in the wrong relationship. You don't want that.
No.
How do you spot a narcissist? How do you find that out?
Tell me.
There's a process. It's a process.
Okay.
Because you don't want to get into that relationship, because if you're dating a narcissist, it's really, 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 really hard to get out of it.
What is a narcissist?
It's someone who's very, very egocentric. They'll tell lies. They'll manipulate you. They'll make you feel bad. They're just experts at manipulation. Experts. I don't know the official definition, but it's horrible.
No. So they want you to do bad?
Say that again.
So a narcissist wants you to do bad.
Well, it's not that they want you to do bad. It's just that the relationship is going to be bad, horrible, painful, and very frustrating, immense pain. And even if you try to get out of it, that whole process is going to be even worse. So you're stuck. So never get into a relationship with a narcissist. Do your due diligence, because I promise you, if any ladies and gentlemen are with narcissists, they know about it. They know about it, and it's horrible.
Have you had an experience with one?
I coach people who are with them. So I teach them how to get out of it. And also I teach people how to prevent ever getting into a relationship with one.
Oh, okay.
You look worried, Jenny. You look worried.
I don't want that life.
No, you know, you have a beautiful energy. You deserve to have this amazing relationship.
Thank you. So I appreciate your time. And I just wanted to ask you if you have anything. First of all, I want to know how you're doing throughout all this unique point in history. How have you been?
Okay. So a lot of people have been telling me that this quarantine has been painful. I'm not in quarantine. I'm on staycation. This has been the best time for me because I've been working on me. I've been working on my content, my delivery, my social media, my marketing, working on my mindset, improving my delivery, every single thing, learning another language, all sorts of things.
What language are you learning?
Spanish.
Oh, so I was actually trying to learn Spanish before quarantine, and I'm sleeping on that. But my coworker at one of my jobs before COVID was like, you should watch children's cartoons in Spanish.
Yes. That's how I learned English.
Cool. I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah. Have a look at something called Synergy Spanish.
Synergy Spanish.
Yeah. You've got Duolingo. There's a few. And really, if you did one new habit a month, that's 12 habits a year, 60 habits over 5 years, your life will change. The decisions you make today will determine your destiny. So make a decision today. Be stronger, more powerful, more giving, more grateful, more growing. Everything changes. Einstein said the greatest force on this planet was compounding interest. He was absolutely wrong. The greatest force on this planet is compounding. That's it. If you make a decision today and another one next week and another one the week after, the compounding effect of that will be immense.
Wow. When you say grateful, my heart just wants to explode. I don't know why, just the way you say it, I'm like, yes.
It's a big thing. Big thing.
I'm grateful for you and our experience and getting to know you better. And I'm just, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for the difference you make.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to share? I wanted to ask you, what is it about Spanish that why you want to learn it?
Because I've spoken in front of 10,000 people in Medellin, all Spanish, but I didn't speak Spanish, but they did a simultaneous translation. I've done events in Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, a lot of I have my books in Spanish. So Mexico, I met the president of Mexico recently, and so I thought, you know what, I've been telling that when I was doing some consulting in Mexico, I was telling everyone, hey, you guys, you should learn English. If you learn English, you're going to earn more. And I thought, hang on a minute, I'm telling them what to do, and I'm not doing it myself. So I thought, you know, I have to be in integrity too. So I thought I better step up too.
You know, it's funny. I grew up in kitchens, and like a lot of the people in the kitchens are Spanish, and I love listening to the music. I actually just got introduced to a new song yesterday in Spanish, and it's like, I feel that sometimes I could communicate with people, like, how can I explain this? Like, I was in the Bahamas and I was hanging out with people from, where was it? The Galapagos. And we hung out the whole day, and we both did not understand a word we were saying, but we kind of understood what we were saying. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. And it's all vibrational. People know what you're feeling and saying internally. Yeah, everything's vibrational.
I love that. I want to learn Spanish. You just inspired me.
Okay. And do you know how long it would take you to be fairly good at it?
How long?
20 hours.
Get out of town.
Yeah. But you have to immerse yourself. If you do an hour a day in 20 days, I promise you'll be pretty good.
Oh, and I wanted to talk about, so in Spanish, like all the songs, they're always like mi corazón. They're always talking about their heart. Is that true?
I don't know. But yeah, everything is about love. Everything is about your heart. Everything is about vibrational.
I love it.
Are you a romantic?
Oh God, yes.
We'll fix that.
Tell me. Please.
We'll have a private chat. I'll tell you what to do.
Wait, it's not good to be romantic? I like to say romantical. I made up my own word.
Yeah, see, romantical is okay, but romantic is, it's like you're looking for that fairy tale finish. And sometimes it can be painful.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right. I hear you. Wow, there's so much to learn. I'm so excited. Really. I love learning. So
the fastest way to learn is immersion.
Yeah. My problem sometimes is like I want to learn this and that and this and that. And then it's like just to focus on like you said, like imagine I spent 20 hours learning Spanish.
Yeah. You have 168 hours in a week.
Do you believe that time's an emotion?
Emotion is time.
Oh, okay.
See, do you have a problem managing time?
I'm getting better.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's not time management that's the problem. It's you management. How do you manage you? So Jenny, my observation is you need to learn one word, okay, which is no.
Oh, why does everyone say this to me? Anil, I'm the yes girl. You know.
Yeah, it's written on your head here.
You know that I would totally write that on my head right now. The best friend Sam that I was talking about at work, I used to ask her to tell people no. This is scary because I couldn't say it. I'd be like, can you tell them we don't have that? Because I couldn't even tell them. Why?
So I'll give you a big breakthrough right now.
Please.
Okay. So when you say no to something you don't want to do, okay, what does that mean?
Disappointment to the other person.
No.
Oh. No.
No.
I like when you say no. No.
Okay. Okay. So what you're saying no to is the offer, not to them.
Oh.
Okay. When you say no to something you don't want to do, you're saying yes to something you do want to do.
Hmm.
Do you get that?
Yeah, big time. But it's harder to do it. Like it's harder to practice it, maybe.
Well, it's the muscle you haven't developed, but it's just a muscle, and I can coach you into that. It'll just take a few sessions. And it gives you so much freedom. And when you get the freedom, you can impact more lives. And it changes your vibrational energy. And when your vibrational energy changes, the people that you attract, and this guy will come to you based on your vibrational energy.
Cool. All right, Anil. Well, I love you. I appreciate you.
No, I love you too. Thank you.
I know that everybody has definitely been loving this call. So I appreciate everyone for watching. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Well, in these times, how do you know how happy you are? And there is a way to find out how happy you are. If you take a 3-minute test, you will get a score out of 100, how happy you are. Plus, you'll get detailed breakdown of what you need to do to raise your score. So it's myhappytest.com. Cool. Myhappytest.com.
I'll share that in the link for everyone. My happy test, right?
Yeah. You'll get a full detailed breakdown of your happiness score and what you can do to raise it.
Who doesn't want to be more happy?
Not always, because some people, when they're miserable, they get a lot of attention. So if they get out of that, they're not going to get the attention. So that's why you have to be careful when you say yes to people, you're enabling them.
Oh, that's like significance, what Tony talks about. Like if people aren't getting like good attention, they go for the bad attention.
Well, it's significance and it's connection.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
It's sad, but that's the way people have been brought up. If you imagine a kid, he doesn't get any attention, and then he breaks something, he gets attention. You think, wow, I've been wanting attention, and this is what I need to do. Then it just becomes self-fulfilling.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Do you know Mark Siegel?
I'm sure I do.
Oh, you guys would love each other. He's a remarkable human being.
Good.
All right. Well,
I'm very grateful to you.
I could talk to you for hours, but
absolutely.
Yeah, this is amazing.
We can do another show.
I would love to. That'd be amazing.
And we can bring some participants on. We can do some interventions, whatever you like.
Sounds like a dream. That's going to be a reality. Let's do it.
There you go. I love it.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm really looking forward to, I've already kicked off my weekend with my family last night. And we just want to, keep everybody in our hearts during this time, Memorial Day. And just, for me, it's been a reflection of when we think of Memorial Day, we're thinking about all the, the soldiers and everybody, but now we're thinking about the first responders and the healthcare workers. So that's been definitely a part of my heart. And I just want to, if I haven't thanked you personally, if you're out there, I just want to thank you right now. So thank you, Anil. I love you.
Thank you, Jenny. Love you too. Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Right. Bye.